What would you be doing right now if anxiety wasn't there? You know that version of yourself that only lives in your head? The one who speaks up in conversations, who posts that video, who starts that project, who raises their hands, the one who just goes for it. I know that version of me. We're actually pretty close. We hang out in my imagination all the time. But somehow, when it's time to be that person, something happens. A voice shows up. It says things like, "What if people think this is stupid? You're not ready yet. Someone else has already said this better. Just wait a little longer." And so I wait. That better version of me, he stays in my head. This video is about him, about the things that hold his back, and about what happens when we stop waiting. The gap between who I am and who I could be. In my head, I post videos without watching them back 17 times. I respond to comments without worrying if I sound stupid. I try things without assuming I'll fail first. In my head, I am confident, I am brave, I am the kind of person who just does things. But then there is real life. And in real life, there is this gap. A gap between who I am and who I could be. And that gap is filled with all the things that I'm too scared to try. Before I started this channel, I had a version of myself that was already a YouTuber. In my head, he was calm and confident. He spoke without stumbling. He didn't cringe when he watched himself back. People liked him. He belonged here. And then I started actually making videos. And that version of me, he didn't show up. There was just me. Nervous, unsure, overthinking every word. The gap between who I imagined and who I actually was felt enormous. And for a long time, I let that gap stop me. The many faces of fear. Here is what anxiety feels like for me, in case you've ever wondered. It's not always big and dramatic. Sometimes it's small. Sometimes it's just a knot in my stomach before pressing upload. It's reading a comment and immediately looking for the negative one. It's laying in bed at 3 a.m. replying to a message I said a year ago. It's my heart beating when I'm about to try something new. It's my brain offering 20 reasons why I shouldn't. Where does this come from? I have been thinking about where these fears come from, and I think for me, it goes back further than I realized. I was the kid who didn't raise his hand because what if the answer was wrong? I was the teenager who didn't speak up because what if no one agreed? I was the young adult who didn't try things because what if I failed? These patterns don't appear overnight. They're built slowly, over years. One small moment of embarrassment, one comment there. One time you tried something and it didn't work out. And by the time you are an adult, the walls are already up and you don't even remember building them. Here is something I am learning in therapy adjacent TikTok videos. Fear is trying to protect you. And I know it sounds weird, but think about it. That voice that says, "Don't post that," it's trying to keep you safe from criticism. That voice that says, "Don't speak up," it's trying to keep you safe from embarrassment. And that voice that says, "Don't try," it's trying to keep you safe from failure. But the problem is, it's trying to keep you safe from things that aren't actually dangerous. Rejection won't kill you. Embarrassment won't kill you. And failure won't kill you. But fear doesn't know that. It just knows that once upon a time, something hurt. And it's doing its best to make sure that never happens again. And still, there is a place for social media. I think there is something about growing up with social media that makes this worse. Because right now, rejection is not one person saying something. It's comments, it's likes, or lack of them. It's numbers and it's public. We're putting ourselves out there in ways previous generations never had to. And our brains haven't caught up. They still treat a mean comment like a physical threat. and no wonder we're anxious. We're doing something that our brains were not designed for. What confidence actually looked like? I thought confident people didn't feel fear. I thought they just walked into rooms and owned them. I thought they just post videos without watching them back. I thought they never doubted themselves. And then I started talking to people who seemed confident. And I realized something surprising. They feel fear too. But the thing is, they don't let it stop them. Confidence is not the absence of anxiety. It's anxiety plus action. Feeling scared and doing it anyway. There is a book I have been reading. It's called The 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem by Nathaniel Branden. And he defines self-esteem in a way that really shifted my perspective. Self-esteem is the disposition to experience oneself as competent to cope with the basic challenges of life and as worthy of happiness. Not the absence, not the perfection, just the belief that you can cope, that you will be okay even if it's hard. That's what confidence actually is. It's not about being fearless. It's about trusting that you can handle what's next, even when your hands are shaking. Small things that actually help. Here is something helped me even though I hate it. Doing the thing anyway. Not when I feel ready, not when I feel confident. Just doing it. Scared, messy, imperfect. Because here's what I have noticed. The fear is always worse before. The anticipation, the imagination, the what ifs. That's where the real suffering happens. The actual moment, it's rarely as bad as I thought. So I've started doing things scared, posting videos with shaky hands, speaking up with a wobbly voice. I survive. Each time it gets a bit easier. What I'm still learning. I'm also learning that anxiety might never go away. Maybe I'll always feel nervous before posting. Maybe I'll always second guess myself. Maybe that voice will always be there, whispering doubts. And that used to feel like a failure, like I hadn't fixed myself properly. But now I think maybe it's not about making that voice go away. Maybe it's about learning to live with it, acknowledge it, hear it, and do what you want anyway. Before I go, I just want to say thank you to everyone who watches, who comments, who shares, because you're part of why I keep showing up, even when it's hard. If you're here because you want to start something, a channel, a project, or something, my DMs are open, or you can leave a comment. Maybe I don't have all the answers, but I'm happy to be in the middle messy with you. Take care of yourself. I'll see you next time.